Hello and welcome back. Today I have thoughts on some news picked up by the diligent, hardworking folks at WoTSeries.com about an audition tape they believe is for the Forsaken Sammael. This, of course, is a speculation video, so keep in mind this audition tape could be for someone else, or it's possible the dialogue isn't even included in the show. But they tend to be spot on most of the time, so we are going to go with it and have a little fun. I have a few ideas on who this captor is, so I'll talk about that too. If you want to check out the article, I will link it below in the description details. Be advised that this episode will contain information from Book 4, The Shadow Rising, as well as Winter's Heart. All right. To summarize, in the audition scene, an unidentified character confronts Sammael, looking for an unnamed object, and expresses surprise at capturing such a world-renowned general. Sammael counters by correcting his captor by saying he's not just a general, he's a visionary and conqueror who invented the art of war. The unknown character fearlessly challenges Sammael and portrays a level of calm and determination to get answers. Sammael then informs the unidentified character that because they have to use magic, not necessarily channeling, to hold him in place, it prevents the captor from leaving that spot. Sammael then asserts his dominance, stating that he can wait forever, and the captor has now become his captive. Now, first off, I'm fairly certain the object in question is the male item. It should be introduced in Season 3, and considering Season 4 hasn't been confirmed yet, it means the audition transcript should be for Season 3. In the books, the male item is located in Teleronriod by Egwene Elvire and recovered in the real world by Nynaeve in the Panarch's palace and given to Baeldomen to drop in the deepest part of the ocean. It is later revealed that Baeldomen's ship is stopped by the Seanchan and the male item is handed over to Dark Friends. Now, the show could go a different route, and Baeldomen could lose the item to anyone associated with the Side of the Dark. But all that matters is that it goes missing. Now, this is just a guess on my behalf, but at the end of every season, a new challenge is introduced, teasing a new antagonistic force. Season 1 was the Seanchan, Season 2 was Moghedien. It's very likely Season 3 will follow the same format. If that's the case, I think a really fun cliffhanger would be witnessing Baeldomen losing the male item, then cutting to a scene that correlates with this audition script. Immediately, when I read it, my first thought went to Cadsuane Malayadrin. She has the same type of temperament that seems unflappable in the face of the Forsaken. Not only that, but she has been name-dropped multiple times in Season 2, almost as if they are preparing us to remember her name and her legendary status because she will be introduced soon. She's also old enough and learned enough to know what the object is, what it will be used for, and just who exactly Sammael is and was in the Age of Legends. She's a mythical figure among the Aes Sedai. And in her own words, it's a reputation she nurtures. Despite being of the Green Aja, she enjoys hunting down false dragons because each man she captures adds to her reputation to the other Aes Sedai. It would be somewhat fitting for her to track down another rumored male channeler, only to later realize she has trapped one of the Forsaken. This could be a perfect introduction to our character, because it showcases how incredibly powerful she is. Even if Sammael escapes, it's no small feat capturing one of the Forsaken, and she's a worthy candidate to do it. Cadsuane deserves an exciting introduction, and I think this would really pull it off. It could be a really great way to wrap up the season, similar to Moghedien in Season 2, the introduction of another Forsaken, and the missing item, and Cadsuane. The next character who felt most likely to be the unnamed channeler, in my opinion, is Egwene Alvear. And this setting probably takes place in the waking world, but a better location for Egwene would be Tel'aran'rhiod. Because if it's true, if she captures him in the world of dreams, her body is vulnerable, asleep somewhere. It would make sense for Sammael to be so sure in himself knowing this. It also makes sense Egwene would stumble into him in Tel'aran'rhiod because in the Fires of Heaven, he is seen spying on the other Forsaken, so we know he frequents the world of dreams. Egwene is also one of the more studious of our young female channelers, so she most likely knows who he is. Now, before anyone gets upset at the idea of Egwene capturing a Forsaken, I don't think this would be a scene of total triumph, but more or less a way to show the boundaries of what our young channelers are capable of, and a failed attempt. I'd also like to point out that in the transcript, Sammael says the unknown party needs to sleep. This rules out the world of dreams, but if we look at the audition script for Aviendha in Season 2, large portions of the script are changed, so there could be potential. It just seems the waking world is more likely. It's also a probability that my guess is totally wrong and something else transpires much differently. My last idea is that the unnamed channeler or magic user in the audition script is Moiraine Sedai. It would make sense to have Rosamund Pike have something to do when, for the majority of her book arc in The Shadow Rising, which correlates with Season 3, she's there kind of just mentoring Rand, hanging out in the waste. This would give her a very decent plot point to play with. Also, another thing I'd like to touch on is what a hypothetical confirmation for Sammael means for the larger scope of the show. It opens up the conversation regarding the remaining two Forsaken. One of the statues seen in Season 1 has a guitar, so Asmodean is the most likely guess. Initially, I thought Ravine could be a great choice, but the more I think about it, Sammael could be combined with Ravine. I'm currently working on a video for that in a Caemlyn-themed episode right now. So if that interests you, keep an eye out for that video. If anyone has thoughts on who the other male Forsaken are, who the mystery character in the transcript is, or any other thoughts, let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy these types of videos and would like to see more, let me know by liking this one and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back next time.